Oliver, news at 12 o'clock, Ruben Amorim is the new Manchester United head coach. I just wanted to get your reaction to it.
The reaction, just read it. I know him. We played Sporting twice when he was the manager, and I was the Frankfurt manager. 1 win, 1 loss, and did great work there. And let's see.
When you took your side to play against his, what did you make of how he's set up and his approach to the game?
I think today is not. It's. I don't think about Ruben Amorim and about Manchester United. So we already played them. I don't know when we will play them then the next time. So really not any thoughts about him.
Fair enough. Right, let's move on to your team then. More important issues. It's been a good week, but it's come at a bit of a cost. Let's start with Eberechi Eze. How is he? How's his reaction from Wednesday?
He's injured. He has a hamstring injury, and we will miss him at least at Wolves and against Fulham. And then we have the international break, and then let's see. But yeah, he will be out for those 2 games.
Is the hope to get him back after the international break?
There is hope, but it will be, let's say, very ambitious to have him back after the international break. But I know we have a great medical department, and he will work quite hard, and so let's see.
And Adam Wharton, I know, long-standing groin issue. I feel like we've been talking to you about that every single week.
Yes.
You obviously came off early. I know last week you said that you hoped to get him through at least the Wolves game, and then you're going to assess it. What's the situation there?
Yeah, we took the final decision. He will have surgery, so he won't be available for Wolves. He tried it today, but pain is too much pain, and then it makes no sense. And then he really struggled the last weeks and months, and so now we took the decision. He will have the surgery, and we hope to have him back after, let's say, maybe 4 weeks.
4 weeks out. And the injuries are piling up. Any positive news on the injury front?
First, we have one more. It's Joe Ward. So also he missed the Aston Villa game, but it's not that serious. So he will miss the Wolves game, but should be available against Fulham. And the positive thing is Doucouré will be back in the squad, maybe earlier than we expected. So it's just this, of course, is because we're missing many players now. So he's. For sure, he can't be at 100%, but it's important that he's with us. And next week, Chris Richards should train with us if everything goes the right way. And these are the positive news.
And just check on Jefferson Lerman.
Jeff is also out at least until the international break. So yes, I think many managers are talking about the same issues, and especially when we look at our injured players, all who played a long tournament in summer, having no holidays, having no preseason, and then many games, and so then there is a moment when you have to pay the bill, and we had to pay it the last 1, 2, 3 weeks, but it is how it is, and we have still a strong squad, so we also could win at Villa because it was 1-1, I think, when Adam and Epps left the pitch, and we could win it. So this gives us confidence in any single player, and so we go to Wolverhampton to win this game, and we don't complain about injuries. We don't complain about that we didn't play during the week. Easiest way would have been we lose the first game in the FA Cup against Norwich, and we also would have off. But we want to play this cup, and the players did really great at Villa, and so we want to continue this winning streak.
I was going to say, it's the injuries are a negative, as you mentioned, for a lot of managers at the moment. But you must be really pleased with what you've seen this week, from what happened on the weekend and then the performance on Wednesday. How much can you use this now to push yourself forward?
Oh yes, we can. Of course, it helped us, to getting the belief back, to getting confidence back, and we can see it and feel it in training. Training. So I don't want to say that we trained. It's just recovery sessions, but all the way, really a good mood. When we were not that successful, but of course it's now much better, but it's also always important also to stay humble, and we always show the players what we think was the maybe the game changer, yeah, and especially against Tottenham, yeah, the bravery and also the intensity. We always talked about intensity, and it's not possible at the beginning of the season, no preseason, many late arrivals, and in this game against Tottenham, we had in regarding the high intensity runs, we were number 1 in the Premier League and highest ever in Crystal Palace history. And this is what we showed the players, yeah, that they increased their intensity in possession, out of possession, and then maybe these were the missing percentages to win a game. Is we were in many games we were close to win it, but we didn't get it, and maybe these percentages, yeah, we had to get back, and it looked like, and it also was the same at Villa, that the players could perform in that way 3 days after the Tottenham game, and this is how we want to play at Wolves.
What do you think the reason is for that added intensity that's allowed or made the players step up that extra little bit to get the results they've had this week?
It's training, games, what they need. You know, and when you see it, the back three, for example, I think it was the 4th game together. Yeah? When we talk about Trevor Chalobah, he didn't play many games for Chelsea. He had no preseason because he was in a separate group there, and then he arrives on 31st of August or 1st of September. So it's 7 weeks ago. Then there were 2 international breaks between where we couldn't, just several players. Then he got an injury in the first week. So we can't expect that he's in his best shape after training 2 weeks with us, so it's just not possible. And we have many other players, yeah, like Epps. He had 10 days preseason with us, and then it was just playing. Yeah? Adam Wharton struggled for many weeks, so I think it's we always try to explain and not to excuse that the situation how it is, and it's then important to accept how it is. And not to get nervous with the results, not to get nervous because of the noise what's maybe surrounding us, because here inside the training ground, inside the club, it was always very calm, very quiet, and we always work together and getting these steps back. And on the other side, is now to keep this momentum. Yeah? It's always being on the highest, training on the highest level, playing on the highest level, because, and this is, I think, maybe a little bit special this year in Premier League. Every game is tight, and we see it, or the results at the weekend, and we can see it in the cup games. So, but we feel quite well now.
A final for me, goal scoring has been an obvious struggle this season, but what can you do as the coach to give the opportunity for players to create more chances for something like Nketiah, whose goal scoring record recently has been pretty sensational, his conversion rate is very high as well. So what can you do to work on that side of things?
First of all, is the more chances you create, the higher is the opportunity that you score goals. So that's number one. And then it is also that we showed them, and we trained going more direct into the box. And also in the last games, we had games where we had a lot of possession, but also in the nowhere land, so in the own half, on the halfway line, but we didn't have the entries into the box. We didn't have the numbers of players in the box that it needs, and now we go more direct into the box. Also, we changed a little bit. We press higher now, so we scored the goal with winning the ball in the opposite box. We scored the game winner at Aston Villa, winning the ball at the edge of the box. So this is also bravery, yeah? But when we felt that the players are ready, because this means a lot of intensity, a lot of running, that means also in the back everything has to be settled. Yeah? And mentioned 4 games together. We didn't have many trainings together, so, and now we feel ready. We felt ready, and then we said, let's go.
Good luck, Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you. For Charlie from Premier League. This is interesting. Hi, Oliver. You mentioned the winning goal against Villa, which of course was scored by Daichi Kamada. I just wondered, how do you feel he plays when he's in a more advanced role compared to when he's a little bit deeper? And what have you made of his performances so far this season?
He can play both, and he came in after Ebb's injury as a 10, and after Adam's injury he went back to the 6, and he scored the goal from the 6. And also when I coached him at Frankfurt, he played both positions. He can score from from both positions, and even he scored more from the deeper position, because this is how he scored this goal is one of his biggest strengths, coming with dynamic, going to the edge of the box, and this is an amazing finish, and so he scored most of the goals in this way, and so yes, it's, I think, for every player coming to a new club, new environment, new teammates, new league, it takes a little bit, but Daichi is also such a great guy and so hardworking, and he deserved this goal, and I think we all could see how he was celebrating it, as it felt like tons of weight falling down from his shoulders, and yeah, it gives him confidence, and we need the players with confidence, because this is, you need to perform in your best, in the best way, you need confidence, definitely.
And another player who certainly claims confidence is Daniel Munoz. I just wondered as well what you've made of his performance, and he was excellent against Tottenham and midweek as well.
Let's say sometimes being unlucky is lucky, because he injured after 15 minutes or 20 minutes against Liverpool, but it was a small injury, but it was, the result is that he couldn't play for Colombia in the international break. So I would say you can't cheat your body. The body said, hey, I have to rest, and showed it with a small injury, and so he got 10 days rest in rehab here, no team training, no games, and this, I think, was the same, was so important for him, because he had a long season playing a long tournament for Colombia, short holiday, 10 days pre-season, and then playing, and he's a player, one of his biggest strengths is his dynamic, his running up and down, and now he had almost the assist against Tottenham. He had the assist at Villa, and maybe this 10 days rest helped him to get into better shape again.
And in terms of your opponents this week in Wolves, of course, they're still looking for their first Premier League win of the season. How much more dangerous does it make them as opponents to face when they are so desperate for that first win of the season?
Well, first of all, I think they are a really good team. So also in the last games, they were very close to getting the win, or they scored many goals. They scored 2 at Brighton. Very often they scored 2 goals, but they conceded 3. So they have a lot of quality players, especially in their attacking, with Strand Larsen, with Cunha, with all the midfielders, with Semedo from the right. So very attacking style, really playing quick, they have pace, so they have really a lot, and so this makes them dangerous, regardless if they have a win or not.
Given their attacking talent and how much talent they do have in this squad, have you been surprised to see them struggle as much as they have in the Premier League this season?
To be honest, yes, because we played them in the USA, so we won 3-1, but to be honest, I think we could or should have lost this game, because they played really amazing. And then I was surprised, but of course I just, until yesterday, I just saw the results and never watched any of their games, because we had to prepare, or we have to watch our games and we have to prepare to our opponents. But yesterday, our analysts showed it to us, and I just got the confirmation that they're really doing well. They play nice football, playing very aggressive, but on the other side also the way they are playing gives you some space, and when you use this space, you can score goals, and this is what we want.
Thank you. We'll go to Rachel.
I know you'll say that there are no easy opponents in the Premier League, but given the opponents that you have just gotten results against, does beating that kind of quality accelerate that process, that kind of confidence, even kind of build that belief?
Of course, but every win helps to increase your confidence, and yes, but it's more important also in the way you do it. And this, let's say the Tottenham game was a competitive game for both teams, and being, let's say, on the same level, competitive to Tottenham gives you confidence. And then. But this we also saw in the last games. Let's say the Nottingham Forest game was close. It was who scores the goal will win. And Liverpool, we were able to be competitive, especially in the second half. And let's say all this led that we never lost all our confidence. Yes, if you don't get the results, you struggle, you suffer. But we could see that we create chances, that we are always able to score a goal, even if we didn't score at Nottingham and against Liverpool. And then it's again we increased the attacking speed. Yeah, we go more direct forward. This helps us to create more situations, getting more finishes. And if you have more finishes, especially in the box, it increases the chance to score goals. So it's simply mathematics.
Adam Wharton's obviously had quite a trajectory since he signed for Palace in the wintertime. He's still young. Responding to this kind of injury, especially ahead of an international window, what have you found kind of from him personally in terms of how he's responded to this surgery, this new process?
First of all, it's again big respect for him that he played so many weeks with pain and always doing it for the team, because it's not so nice if you have to take painkillers and always feel some pain. Being here, he was always here, I don't think, 8:30 in the morning and leaving at 5 in the afternoon. So really great effort for the team, but it's now to get pain free, and therefore he needs it. But if everything goes how we expect, he should be back quite soon, and then he will have a good recovery, and I'm sure he will play in the same way he did, because he's a great player. He's still young, yes, he's ambitious, and so and we have a very tight program, especially after the international break, and now with the Carabao Cup. So I think I counted 8 games between 30th of November and 29th of December. So Merry Christmas.
Thank you.